Hey everybody, Sean here from BoardParacord.com. Today I'm going to show you a design by Rosemary Rogers. It's called the Double V. I'm going to put a little bit of a twist to it though. So this is going to be called the Modified Double V. Hers has 2 center strands. I'm going to use 4, and you'll see why when I get started here. I'm using my secondary color is going to be blue. It's going to be the one that's kind of just peppered throughout the bracelet. You won't see a whole lot of this. I have about 6 feet of this, maybe 7 I think, can't quite remember. And then I also, my neon green, I have about 10 feet, just because I don't know how long I'm actually going to need. This is what's going to use most of the weaving back and forth, is the green. I already fused the two together, so I think I've got about 17 feet here. I don't expect to use all of it, but I will show you what I did not use at the end of the video. So what I need to do is get my ends, and what I've done already is I've already flattened the ends. Now my blue is a lot shorter than my green, but I still want to put them through the buckle at the same time. So what we're going to do is just go straight down through the center, or through the buckle, just like that. Okay, then open up. Let me get these over here. There we go. You're going to open up your long ends and pull your short ends through. Now since your blue is shorter, you're going to get to the cow's hitch quicker than the green. So once you do that, just pull it back just a little so that you can pull your green through now to get it to come up at the same time. There we go. So now you can see we have equal green on this side, this blue on this side. I'm going to tighten that on up. Alright. Now you're going to flip your buckle over. Pull all the cord through your fingers to get rid of the twists. And at this point, we're just going to put the blue through already. Just like that. And I'm going to pull the rest of the green through my fingers. And then put the green through. Pull that through. Alright. Okay, so what we've done already is we've went one loop around. Now I want to take it back over to the other side, but before I do that, what I like to do is wrap this one more time around the buckle so that you can fill up this gap. So I'm just going to do that real quick with one color at a time. Gotta grab the end here. So you went through the back, so we're going to do that again. Just come up through the back, pull everything around. And basically you're just looping it around the buckle just so you can fill that gap up. Okay. And we'll do the same thing with the blue. Sorry, the setup on this one takes a little bit longer, but it looks good when it's all done. I really like this design. Good design. Alright, so at this point, because once you do the next step you won't be able to go back, open this up, take your measurement. So you're going to measure from this ledge here, right where my fingernail is, down to this ledge here. So do your measurement. I think that looks about good. So now what I need to do is close this again. It's going to be my basic shape of my bracelet right there. Now this one's a little thicker, so you might want to add a little extra to your bracelet. And you're going to run these cords to the other side of the buckle now. So you're going to have your 4 inner strands. So we'll just do that real quick. Run these 4 here. We're going to grab the green end again. Take it up through the back of the buckle. Should still have some room to get through there. Yep, there we go. Just like that. And we'll do the same thing with the blue. Come up through the bottom. Alright, so now we have our 4 inner strands. That looks a little bit long, so I'm just going to pull those tight. Now you can still adjust your thickness. I'm sorry, your length at this point. It's just a little bit harder. But I think we're good where we're at now. I'm going to get those off to my left side and open this buckle up. So you can see we filled up this buckle by running that extra loop in there. And then we also filled it up here because we had to run the cords back to this side. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is just a regular Solomon to kind of lock in. Actually, I don't think we need to do that. We're just going to jump right into this. So, my dominant color that's on this one is the green. This keeps getting a little longer and longer every time I pull on it. So we'll get that out of there a little bit. Some of that slack out. There we go. Okay. Pull some of this blue back. You want to make sure that your inner strands are the same length too, because you'll get to the end and then you'll have like a little. Well, you'll get to the end and you'll have a little extra green than blue, and it's not a good thing. So the first thing I want to do, after I've got my length set, excuse me, is I want to do a regular old Cobra Solomon to start with. So what I'm going to do is take my blue over the top center strands and off to the right side, just like so. Take my green over top of that blue one, go around the back instead of over the top, and then bring it up through the loop on the left. And like I said, I got a lot of green here. And then just go ahead and kind of cinch this tight. Don't overdo it because you want your paracord center strands to be nice and flat. And that's how you're going to get your width of your bracelet. Okay, so the first thing we want to do, I'm going to zoom in just a little. You want to take your non-dominant color, in this case it's going to be the blue. We're just going to take it over top of this 4 center strands and off to the left side. The green one is going to come across, so it's going to just basically go on a diagonal across all 4 of the inner strands. We're going to take it around the back, just like that. And then we're going to go up over. So we went down and over that way, around the back and up. And now we're going to go up and over top of the loop, and then poke it up through that loop. So from the back side of that loop, you're going to come up through there. Alright. Now your blue might want to tend to get kind of twisted. That's where you want to kind of move this, twist this to get that twist out of there. Because if you don't get that twist out of that curve right there, it looks really funny and it'll ruin your design. So I'm just going to kind of tighten this up now. And you'll get to a point when, let me just tighten this one first. So what I'm doing is the piece that went up to the right and over that loop, I'm pulling that tight so that it pulls everything behind it tight. And then you can pull. And you want to make sure that you keep your 4 center strands flat. Now I can pull the blue and the green at the same time, and that'll get me tight enough. And then you kind of want to, I think that blue, yeah, that blue got twisted. That shouldn't look like that. Alright, let me back this up just a little here and get rid of that twist. We still got that twist in there. Okay, that then did it again. Okay, one more try here. Alright, there we go. That's what that should look like. That blue one should kind of have an angle to it, like that. Okay, so we'll cinch everything up and do it again on the left. Create that loop, cross over everything with the green, go around the back. Let me get this blue off to the right side there, out of the way. Okay, I'm going to cross over down to the left, around the back, come up over the top, bring it through that loop. Keep everything flat. Now it might be easier just to pull that blue slack out so that it doesn't have a chance to move on you. And then you can pull your green tight. There we go. Pull that slack out of there. Yep, now that blue didn't have anywhere to go, so I think we'll be good on that one now. So we'll get that tight, and we'll just keep repeating the process. Now it doesn't look very good at the beginning, but it does. Once it's all done, it looks pretty nice. Okay, so create the loop. We'll just do a couple more here real quick. I don't want to take too much of your time up. Cross over the center, around the back, come up over the top. I'm going to pull some of that slack of the blue out, just a little bit of it. Okay. Over top of that loop, and then come up through the loop. There we go. And like I said, I like to pull all the blue slack almost all the way out so that it can't twist on you. And I'm grabbing this, the last one that went up over top, I'm grabbing that and just kind of pulling up so that the slack from the previous pass gets pulled out. And we'll get that tight. There we go. And that should be good. Alright, one more here. Loop to the right, cross, around the back, up over the top, and through that loop. So once you get the hang of the tie, you can do these pretty quick. I try to give you ones that are not too hard. The real complex ones, I tend to stay away from those a little bit, I think. And I don't do it on purpose. It's just, I like the ones that you can, you know, you can knock these out, especially if you have a customer in front of you. I know a lot of you guys do the craft shows and stuff. So that's one reason. And I do a lot of these videos, and these lights get pretty hot, so try to keep a little cool by doing these quicker videos. I know this one's probably going to be a long video. I'm already at probably what, 12 minutes right now. Can't really tell. Alright, well, I'm going to finish this bracelet up, and then I'll show you how to clip your ends and finish the bracelet. Okay, so I'm down to the bottom now, and I have about 1.5 feet left of the about 10 feet, so I used almost 10 feet here in this bracelet of just the green. And I got about 2 feet left of the blue, which I had 6 feet of. Maybe 7 feet. I'm going to do one more pass here because that's all I can fit. And you can end on this knot. No big deal. It tightens up real nicely, so you can end on it. But it turned out pretty good. Now, the downside to this is that it is pretty thick. This is a pretty thick looking bracelet. You can't tell by this view, but I'm going to turn this on its side after I get this tied. I'm just going to pull this one nice and tight. That should be good. Grab my smoothing tool, lighter, my scissors here. Alright, so you want to cut this, leaving enough there that you can melt. And out of the green, I would say I've got about 16 inches left of the green. So I used almost 9 feet. Uh-oh. There we go. I thought I was out of fuel on that one. Get that smoothed over real nice. There we go. Do the same thing with the blue. Ouch! Oh, that doesn't normally happen. Don't stick your finger on top of something that's hot. It might hurt. Just a little advice. There we go. Alright, so you can see that the bracelet is all finished now. Looks pretty good. Like the design. Real cool design. Turn it on its side, you can really see how thick this bracelet is. This bracelet would easily normally fit me, but because it's so thick, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this closed. Yeah, I can get it closed, but I think I might pinch my skin in there. So make sure that when you're doing this, because it's so thick, and again you can see how thick it is right there, make sure you add a little length, a little extra length, just to be on the safe side. But again, this design was created by Rosemary Rogers. It's the Double V design. This is the modified version with 4 inner strands instead of 2. And I hope you like it. I hope you like the tutorial. Don't forget to check out the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups. Facebook.com/groups/paracord on. And until next time, paracord on.